Hallo und willkommen zu Lone Star. Wir spielen Agatha Christie, Hercule Poirot, der London Case. Chapter 1. The Gala.
I don't think I'll ever stop being amazed seeing such incredible pieces up close.
One would certainly hope not.
The Maria-Magdalena painting discoveries. Ja, die Augen.
Aha.
Her lustrous eyes focus the attention to something in the distance.
Huh.
The contrast between the deep and vibrant red of her hair and the softness of her lips gives a most feminine and tender appearance. Kann man über die Haare was sagen? Kleid? Nee. Rahmen? Heiligenschein? A subtle yet powerful halo circling Mary's head. Ihren Nacken, den sie da so nach hinten blickt. Nee. Da soll doch was Viertes sein. Hey. Das Kleid habe ich schon ausprobiert. Hals geht nicht. Augen hatten wir schon. Ah, okay. As near perfect complexion as I have seen before.
What do you gentlemen think of this particular piece?
Ja, die sehen so ein bisschen poppenmäßig aus, gebe ich schon zu. Aber, naja, für so ein Adventure ist es, glaube ich, gerade noch okay. Ist aber, sieht so aus, als wenn es so ein bisschen so Grafik von vor ein paar Jahren wäre.
Can it really be?
To a layman, perhaps? I'm afraid it's a complete fake.
No. Such eloquent and delicate work.
Very observant. But that doesn't make it authentic. You know, even Michelangelo himself was an art forger in his early career. See if you can spot the telltale sign of a forgery.
Oh, noch was?
Ah,
Der Rahmen wird es ja wohl diesmal nicht sein. 3 Sachen müssen wir finden. Was ist denn der Ohrring hier, wo sich was Falsches spiegelt? Weil es hier so crackt. Was für ein Ding? Crack your lure on the turban? Ist denn so ein Turban überhaupt irgendwie zu gebrauchen? Eieieiei, wir wissen es nicht. Die Unterschrift fehlt, ne?
oh.
Dress gefällt ihr nicht, gefällt ihm nicht. Und der Rest wird dann wohl okay sein, oder? Oh, ich muss es echt mit der Hand suchen. Wird der Kreis größer, wenn man in die Nähe kommt?
Ah.
The face of the young mademoiselle is unblemished. Ach so. Okay, okay. Das ist alles gerissen, die Farbe, aber das Gesicht ist einwandfrei. Da sagt er, das ist ein Unterschied.
The craquelure is inconsistent across the painting. Surely a sign of a cheap imitation.
Very impressive, Detective. Unconvincing aging is one of the most common giveaways of a forgery, whether it be in the craquelure, the smells of chemicals used to
Craquelure?
artificially age the painting, pigments that haven't dulled with age. Sometimes it's as simple as the materials used just not existing at the time of painting. The trustees were quite excited by its arrival, but it didn't take me long to identify its faults.
Quite the detective yourself, Mademoiselle Warbeck.
Please, call me Evelyn.
If there's one thing I've learned in the short time I've spent with the detective here, formalities and politeness are essential.
They are a cornerstone of modern civilization and must be upheld.
This city could benefit from more gentlemen like yourself.
Now that the etiquette of our greetings has been decided, shall we finalize preparations?
I was hoping you'd say that. The exhibition area needs to be secured. I wonder if you would be able to lock the remaining doors for me? I'll lock the west wing door when I'm finished there. And if you could tie this ribbon around the handles of the main door for me, I'll leave it outside.
If securing the exhibition room is what Mademoiselle Warbeck requires, that is what shall be done.
Ja, ich wollte gerade noch anmerken, die Zwischensequenzen so mit diesen Figuren in 3D sind natürlich schon ein Fortschritt gegenüber dem ersten Teil mit diesen relativ immer gleichen gemalten Figuren. Wobei ich die schon irgendwie sehr stilsicher fand. Das hat mir eigentlich ganz gut gefallen. Und die Grafik jetzt ist so, ja, hier hat sich nicht so viel getan. Ist, glaube ich, schon besser als im ersten Teil. Also, glaube ich, echt an vielen Stellen viel schöner. Aber die Figuren, ja, ich weiß nicht. Vielleicht ist dann das Gemalte, da verzeiht man dann eher, wie es ausschaut. Und hier hat man so immer den Anschein, dass man vielleicht manchmal so ein Puppenspiel zuschaut. Naja. Ja, wir sollen also hier jetzt absperren. Für Sicherheit sorgen. Master Key. The Master Key will grant us access to anywhere in the museum. Nice. Restoration Room.
Detective Poirot, have you ever seen something so beautiful?
'Tis a beautiful sight.
'Tis a beautiful sight. 'Tis a beautiful sight. 'Tis a beautiful sight. 'Tis a beautiful sight. 'Tis a beautiful sight. 'Tis a beautiful sight. 'Tis a beautiful sight. 'Tis a beautiful sight. 'Tis a beautiful sight. 'Tis a beautiful sight. 'Tis a beautiful sight. 'Tis a beautiful sight. 'Tis a beautiful sight. 'Tis a beautiful sight. 'Tis a beautiful sight. 'Tis a beautiful sight. 'Tis a beautiful sight. 'Tis a beautiful sight. 'Tis a beautiful sight. 'Tis a beautiful sight. 'Tis a beautiful sight. 'Tis a beautiful sight. 'Tis a beautiful sight. 'Tis a beautiful sight. 'Tis a beautiful sight. 'Tis a beautiful sight. 'Tis a beautiful sight. 'Tis a beautiful sight.
Monsieur Hastings, everything has beauty. It is only how the individual perceives it that defines just how beautiful.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
Oui, I am.
Mademoiselle Warbeck requested I prepare a ribbon over the main exhibition room door before the grand reveal. Once I have done that, the restoration room door shall be locked, and our work, for the moment at least, is complete.
Huh.
This door leads to the restoration room.
Aha.
Perhaps the master key would be of some use.
Miss Warbeck did ask you to make it look pretty.
One shall complete the task to the degree it is requested. Symmetry is the key, you see.
Oh yes, I see.
Everything is now ready for the arrival of the guests.
I assume you have the list of guests?
I am afraid not. It would usually be an essential part of my preparation. In fact, it perturbs me that there is something I did not have time to prepare for.
Would you like me to find Miss Warbeck? There may still be some time to check the list. Look, there's Miss Farquhar. With Miss Babinin.
Babinin? Haben die das letzte Mal nicht gesagt Babena oder sowas?
Seems that they became fast friends after the incident on the ship. Intriguing.
Intriguing how?
Speculation, monsieur. Nothing more.
That head of yours is just constantly full of thoughts. Who's this?
I have no idea, but she's sure to turn heads with such a fetching dress.
I quite agree. And who is this dapper-looking gentleman?
Mon Dieu.
Wait a minute. Is that? Well, I never!
Ja, den kennen wir doch. Zachariah Demir aus dem ersten Teil. Was machst denn du, altes Haus hier?
Poirot, you devil! Forgive me. What are my manners? Detective Poirot.
Goodness, Monsieur Demir. Poirot is more than adequate for an old friend.
He saves my family from near ruin, uncovers a murderous plan, and still has the modesty to not correct a buffoon like me.
Allow me to introduce myself.
Heavens, my manners appear to have been replaced by surprise and excitement. Forgive me. Monsieur Demir, this is Monsieur Arthur Hastings.
You've got yourself a partner now. Well, any friend of Poirot's is surely a friend of mine.
Monsieur Hastings has been kind enough to show me the sights of London. A more than adequate guide.
I would take that. It's as often as a blue moon you see Poirot handing out approvals like that.
And what is it you do, Mr. Demir?
Ich weiß gar nicht, warum der so heißt. Das war erst neulich, habe ich es gelesen mit dem Blue Moon, das so genannt wird.
A previous field medic, Monsieur Demir now finds himself working for... Pardon. With his brother, doing most honorable charitable work all across London.
Need I say more?
Could everyone gather together for a photograph, please? Would you all move a bit closer together for me, please?
I didn't realize we were going to be in the newspaper.
Is that a problem?
No, not at all. I just want the camera to get my best side.
Am besten von vorne.
Okay, if everyone is ready.
So, Poirot, what on earth are you doing here anyway?
My orders were to see to the safe travel of the centerpiece of the exhibition, the penitent Magdalene. Monsieur Hastings here travels with me, covering any administrations and insurance requirements.
Art protection? That's a bit beneath the great Hercule Poirot, isn't it? Especially protecting it from this lot.
Perhaps you would be so kind as to introduce us.
Ja, das klingt auch nach einem Plan.
Where's the fun in that? We have to make sure those... What's it you call them again?
You are referring to my little grays.
Little grey cells, yes? That's it. I've been playing a little game. I've been trying to find a painting to match each of the guests. At least the ones I'm acquainted with.
Ja, interessant. Ne? Man sieht schon gleich, dass die sich freundlich gewogen sind. Sie haben nämlich eine ähnliche Geste hier eingenommen. Ne? Den Arm unten, den linken und den rechten Arm aufgestützt und halten damit ihr Kinn in der gleichen Art fest. Ne?
I wondered, Poirot, do you think you can ascertain which paintings match which guests?
Muss das sein?
I can give you a little info, but you'll need to make your own inquiries.
Tell me about the woman in the gold dress.
Miss Irene Courtsmith. She's one you'll want to keep your eye on in the future art scene. Born and raised on a rather affluent estate, she turned her back on her parents in her teens to start a new life in London as an artist.
We are already acquainted with Mademoiselle Farquhar. Jetzt fällt mir übrigens ein wieder, wo Farquhar, woher ich das kenne. Das ist doch Prinz Farquhar vom Schreck.
She's a very nice young lady.
Hat er nicht so geheißen?
Ah, really? Interested, are we?
I was only making a comment on her nature, nothing untoward, I can assure you.
Tell me about the bishop.
Or as we are all meant to refer to him as, the Honorable Reverend Horace Mountjoy.
Ja, ich vertraue ihm nicht.
He's a man of the church. I'm not sure what else there is to say. If you're wanting to keep the lectures to a minimum, I'd avoid admitting to anything that could even be considered a sin.
Ja, aber da am Anfang vom Spiel, da wurden doch so lauter solche Sünden aufgezählt. Vielleicht hat es damit was zu tun. Hm? Greed, Envy und so. Tell me about a refined-looking gentleman. Meint er damit mich selbst, oder was?
Mortimer Aylesworth. If you've not heard of him, I'd get familiar with the name. Eton and Cambridge educated, he followed in his father's political footsteps and has already surpassed them.
Tell me about the couple.
Johann Christiansen and his glamorous wife Betty Allen.
Betty Allen, the actress.
The very same. They've been here in London for a few years, although she still plays down her boldness for British society, even with her recently taking a new role in the theatre.
She did not take his name in marriage?
Der kämmt sich die Haare genauso wie der Hastings. Also was heißt er kämmen? Streicht sich immer so durchs Haar. Ganz schön eingebildet auf sein Äußeres, huh?
Allen is her maiden name. Works as her stage name too. A lot snappier than Christiansen.
And his employment?
He's a partner for a private bank in London. He has told me what he actually does many times before, and many times I've forgotten. You will no doubt already know our host, Evelyn Warbeck.
Evelyn. Okay. Also nicht Evelyn, sondern Evelyn.
We have already made her acquaintance. Very pleasant, if not rather flustered by today's exhibition.
That's everyone. Well, there's Mr. Hastings here. I'm sure we shall get to know each other better. And our mystery woman.
Die Anastasia?
Anastasia Babana. We met briefly while traversing the channel.
Wir sprechen sie ja schon wieder anders aus. Eieiei. Sie können sich nicht darauf einigen, wie sie ausgesprochen werden soll. Ich nenne sie jetzt, glaube ich, auch nur noch einfach Anastasia und damit fertig. Verbannen.
Look at you, Poirot. Got a love interest of your own, huh?
Monsieur Demire, must I remind you of why I am here?
Das war kein Nein.
No. No need at all. I know you're strictly business. Let's see what you can do then. And come back to me when you know enough about the guests to solve my little mystery.
Ja. Kann ich mir denn die Bilder wenigstens anschauen, die es hier gibt? Da darf ich wohl nicht rein. Ganz schön verspiegelt der Boden. Deswegen tragen die auch lange Kleider alle. Ladies. Jean-Marc.
Ah,
A true underdog who led her country's predominantly male military.
Everything seems to be running smoothly. You've done a sterling job.
Everything except for the bishop and the other trustees, stooges.
It was never going to be easy going up against them. All men of a certain age, not used to the idea of change. But they didn't get their way this time. And with my exhibit coming up, this place will finally have a showing they can be proud of, and the quality the museum deserves.
Mademoiselle Cotte Smythe believes her upcoming exhibition will change the perspective of the trustees and the public. I get the feeling she enjoys the accolades and being the center of attention.
Detective Poirot, you're looking much happier being on solid land.
There was a moment when I thought that wretched sea would get the best of me.
Well, I'm certainly glad it didn't.
As am I. Please, do not allow me to disturb you, Mesdames. Adieu.
Ja, wir haben uns auch noch nicht mal umgedreht nach ihnen. Horace Mountjoy?
Beautiful, isn't it? Not like the modern tripe Miss Warbeck insists on bringing into the museum. Oh, the Lord will not look fondly upon her choices.
Ja, genau, weil der sich da für sowas interessiert. Für solches triviales Zeug. Aber kann man ja immer vorschieben, ne? Ich habe keinen Bock drauf, also hat's der Lord nicht gewollt.
I would hope one's choice of art would not affect one's chances for a better afterlife.
Let's hope not, for her sake.
oh,
Clearly the subject of an unreasonably high sense of their own self-importance. Schaut sich im Wasser an, das Spiegelbild. Das ist ein berühmtes Bild. Finde ich jetzt nicht sonderlich spannend. Narzissus. Also Narzissmus, ne? Der von sich selber zu sehr eingebildet ist. Hastings and Florence. Wollen wir da wirklich stören? Naja, aber mit dem Hastings, da wissen wir doch, das wird nix. Der arme Kerl. Ja komm, wir sagen mal Hallo. I should leave them to it. Ach so, naja gut, wir sind also doch so. A mechanical model of our solar system with the planets all revolving around the sun at the center. So, was haben wir denn? Die Sonne. Alles nicht maßstabsgetreu. Dann haben wir Merkur. Man kann das so schlecht sehen. Die ganz Enden hier. Der kleine da. Merkur. Dann haben wir die Venus hier. Dann haben wir den nächsten Bahn Erde mit Mond. Mars. Dann haben wir den Jupiter. Saturn. Uranus. Und dann hier... Ha! Es steht ja auch unten dran. Neptun. Ist ja nett gemacht. Man kann das sogar lesen. Ja.
Incredible, isn't it? And to think we are all located on that one small planet, revolving around an all-encompassing star. To think of all the suffering. I give what I can to charity, but what this country needs is someone willing to put the poor first.
Wieso sollte man das denn wollen? Hm? Und gar nicht hier in London. Was ist das?
I'm well aware of where we are. I just want to make sure I'm looking my best for the photographs.
Aha, also doch eingebildet. Aha, dann wissen wir schon, wer der ist.
And people call me the drama queen.
Ich habe ja gesagt, er fasst sich viel zu sehr durchs Haar. Perhaps now is not the time to disturb them. Der gute Samariter, also der eine, der gerade mit dem wir gesprochen hatten. The Worker Bee.
Oh.
Oh, das ist ja ein nettes Bild hier. Sehr echt. A busy little insect, toiling for the good of the hive. It looks like I can access more paintings in the northwest corner of the room. Monsieur Demir looks like he's enjoying himself. I leave them to it. Aber es sagt keiner was, ne? Sind alle so furchtbar ruhig hier. Kann man sich da einen Drink nehmen? The Wild Horse.
Oh.
A wild horse being restrained by a British soldier. Judgment Day.
Huh.
A rather old testament depiction of the Day of Judgment. Naja, das ist halt der Pfarrer da.
It is a great pleasure to see you again, mademoiselle.
I've been looking forward to us bumping into one another. Thank you again for your help.
I must admit, I feel almost tormented that I was not able to uncover the identity of the thief.
All that matters is that it was found. If you'll excuse me, I really should get on. This article isn't going to write itself. I moan, but it's my love. My obsession, you could say.
How dare you! That might be something you say where you're from, but not here. Not to me.
What a waste of champagne.
I thought this was supposed to be a civilized event.
Ja, wer hat den eigentlich eingeladen, diese
Are you all right,
Spaßbremse?
mademoiselle? I hope you did not spill any champagne on your gown.
Don't worry about me. It's only that wretched man that has got some cleaning up to do.
His suit and his mouth, by the sounds of it.
Do not allow this to ruin your day.
I have no intention of allowing such a thing. In fact, we have business to discuss.
It would be good to at least schedule a time that suits us both.
Monsieur Christiansen and Madame Hélène have returned.
You are to be the focus of Mademoiselle Farquhar's article.
Miss Court Smythe here is the next big name, and she has been kind enough to offer me an exclusive interview.
Madame Hélène has left via the exit, but Monsieur Christiansen has not gone with her.
Do not allow me to interrupt your work.
Ah, you've had more than enough time, Detective. So, how did you get on?
If one is to discover the truth, one must proceed using the correct methods and cannot be rushed.
I believe I know the painting you have matched with Monsieur Christensen. A depiction of a man who fell in love with his own reflection. Monsieur Christensen ist der Narcissus.
Why might they be like this particular piece?
Married to Betty Allen, and they land together as newlyweds and start a new life. Employed as a banker at this private bank, Roberts and Sons. Even while standing in a museum of such beauty, his focus was on himself.
That's right! Although I shouldn't be surprised.
Aber ich habe, glaube ich, noch nicht alles rausgefunden und ich habe mir auch die Namen nicht merken können. Es wäre besser mit dem Bild.
Anyone else?
Naja, der Bishop, der ist ja einfach. I believe I know the painting you have matched with Bishop Mountjoy. Von wegen Joy. Der ist ja überhaupt nicht für Spaß zu haben. Also der ist weg. Judgment Day. A rather Old Testament depiction of the Day of Judgment. Monsieur Mountjoy is Judgment Day.
Why might they be like this particular piece?
Bishop Mountjoy is quick to make judgments, and rather damning ones at that. Ja, his occupation in his life, one that he takes incredibly seriously. Ja, beides eigentlich, ne, aber das hauptsächlich.
That's right! Although I shouldn't be surprised. Anyone else?
Ja, jetzt weiß ich nicht mehr genau, wer hier wer ist. Ist das dann der Aylesworth, der richtige? Oder kann ich hier nochmal raus, wenn es der falsche ist? I believe I know the painting you have matched with Monsieur Aylesworth. Ja, das ist er. Mortimer. Der ist der Samaritan? Ja, der gute Samariter. A beautiful painting of the parable of the good Samaritan who showed mercy to an unknown traveler who had been stripped and beaten.
Why might they be like this particular piece?
Ja, das ist das richtige passionate about charity work. He was quick to address the issue of children and their education, notably children living in squalor. Er wollte doch eigentlich spenden. Following in his father's footsteps, Monsieur Aylesworth has made quite a name for himself, it seems.
That's right! Although I shouldn't be surprised. Anyone else?
Nein. Ja, mit Mist komme ich hier gar nicht mehr raus. Ah. Was passiert denn? Kann ich den abbrechen? Habe ich überhaupt alle Bilder schon gesehen? Weiß ich gar nicht.
Anyone else?
Ja, ich komme nicht raus. Vier Stück und wir haben noch 4 Bilder. Da muss ich jetzt raten. Mademoiselle Warbeck. Vier Stück noch. Es sind doch gar keine 4 frei. Der ist weg. Der ist weg. Der ist weg. Exit. Ich würde hier gerne exiten. Betty Allen, ich komme hier nicht mehr raus. Schade. Hä? That is not the answer I'm looking for. Ja, natürlich nicht. Ich konnte auf sie draufklicken, auf Betty Allen. So, welche von denen ist denn jetzt die Jeanne d'Arc? Das ist die falsche. Ich kann auch das Bild nicht gescheit erkennen. Okay, dann nehmen wir sie mal. Jeanne d'Arc.
Why might they be like this particular piece?
Curator. Her position includes the day-to-day running the museum as well as being involved with the restoration of many of the pieces. She finds herself up against the male-dominated board of trustees, but she appears well suited for her position.
That's right! Although I shouldn't be surprised. Anyone else?
Eieiei. Was war mit der? Planets? Ja, vielleicht weil sie alles auf sich zieht, so wie die Gravitation der Sonne. Mademoiselle Quartz-Mais ist the mechanical orrery.
Why might they be like this particular piece?
Yeah, center of attention. Artists and upcoming artists that is due to have their own exhibition at the museum. I get a sense that Mademoiselle Quartz-Mais is fond of being the talking point of the room.
That's right! Although I shouldn't be surprised. Anyone else?
So, wer ist jetzt wer? Ich glaube, die arbeitet viel. I believe I know the painting you've matched with Mademoiselle Farquhar. Florence? A wild horse being restrained by a British soldier. Nein, das ist dann die andere, weil die von dem anderen Typen da, und das ist dann der Soldat, festgehalten wird. Sie ist die Worker Bee.
Why might they be like this particular piece?
So, bei ihr gibt's mehr. Having read her most recent article, I am rather impressed with her observation of the art world as it currently stands. Nah. Mademoiselle Farquhar received a formal invitation to the gala opening in London. Nein. Mademoiselle Farquhar's sterling silver cigarette case has been stolen from a cabin. Mademoiselle Farquhar was quick to mention her mother, but she spoke of her in the past tense. It is obvious that she takes her work very seriously, barely allowing herself to enjoy the gala before focusing on her work.
That's right! Although I shouldn't be surprised. Anyone else?
I believe I know the painting you have matched with Madame Ellen. The White Horse.
Why might they be like this particular piece?
Muss er das jedes Mal sagen? Having started her career in film, she has now solidified herself as a theater actress in London. Passt ja gar nicht. Her big and boisterous personality has been somewhat holstered by the British public and her social outlook. Ach, ich hätte gedacht, dass eigentlich ihr Mann ist, der sie so... War doch ihr Mann, oder? Der sie so einengt.
That's right. Although I shouldn't be surprised. That's everyone. Well done. I should have known it'd be no challenge for you.
I have faced many a more demanding challenge, but few quite so enjoyable.
Hi, is he okay? I think something's wrong with him.
I think he's having a heart attack. He seems stable. Now's the time to get him to the infirmary.
Oh, there's no need for that. I'm feeling much better already.
Genau. Einfach den nächsten abwarten.
Wouldn't it be best to telephone for a real doctor?
Monsieur Demire was a field medic. What more of a professional is required?
A field medic? Really?
A field medic that has seen people in a lot worse states, who didn't have the luxury of a proper hospital.
Oh, I didn't mean to offend. I'm sorry. If I am being carted off, the unveiling must go on. I will not have this silly old man ruining the gala for everyone.
You drive a hard bargain, Monsieur Aylesworth.
I'd just like to say a few words.
I'm sure you would.
Thank you all for coming. Here at the Royal Edward Gallery, we are proud to present such wonderful works by some truly fantastic artists. And with much negotiation and pleading, we have been able to secure a most fabulous and individual piece. Standing here with you, unveiling today's centerpiece, the Penitent Magdalene, really is a special moment for both this museum and me personally.
Ja, hoffentlich hatte der Poirot schon den Gefahrenübergang vereinbart, weil ich fürchte...
So, without further ado...
Oh my.
Am I missing something here?
Things just got interesting.
It was... It should be...
Is this some kind of joke? Evelyn, what's going on here? Oh, trust you to have no idea. You've really done it this time, girl.
She's done nothing. It's not her fault.
By the grace of God, it's somebody's fault.
I am quite sure Mademoiselle Warbeck is as surprised as us all. S'il vous plaît, everyone. Remain where you are. Please do not touch a thing. Monsieur Hastings, you saw me lock the door to the restoration room, oui?
Of course, I was by your side. I'm going to be in a lot of trouble for this.
You are not responsible for the painting's disappearance.
But who is?
Einer von
Do
denen.
not allow any of the guests to leave the main hall.
And what are you going to do?
What is required? One's job.
Chapter 2.
So, I don't really know what to say.
Monsieur Hastings, this theft may be a new and foreign concept to you. But to Detective Poirot, it is just another case waiting to be solved.
What do we do then?
We must get to work. If we can ascertain the thief's point of entry and exit, this may all be resolved momentarily.
Chapter 2. The Missing Magdalene. New mind map unlocked. I should investigate the expedition space and determine possible points of entry. The Museum Exhibition Room. Ja, da stehen wir wieder. Wie am Anfang. Es sieht nur ein klein bisschen anders aus. Und hier ist irgendwie eine Vase umgefallen. Warum auch immer. Da liegt noch einiges anderes Zeug rum, was wir uns anschauen können. Das machen wir nicht mehr heute. Machen wir an dieser Stelle lieber erstmal ein kleines Päuschen. Und ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen und wir sehen uns das nächste Mal.